The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts.
So you're saying it's kind of like magic. I just talk right there and people hear it?
Yes, Coughran, that's exactly right.
So kind of like the message cantrip. I just learned that.
That's true. Let's think about it that way. You speak, and then kind of like group message. Lots of people can hear it all at once.
Well, all right. I guess we should talk about what we were going to talk about.
Yep, let's go ahead. What do you got?
Well, I just want to thank all the folks out there that's been listening around the campfire or wherever you listen to our story, and it sure has been exciting. So, thank you. And what's the word? All right, subscribing and also liking and sharing and giving us a rating, anywhere from 1 to 5 jackalopes.
Stars, Coughran, but I like jackalopes. That's good. I'll see if we can figure that out.
Well, yeah, I just, supposing.
Okay, very good, very good. Anyway, anything else that you want to say before we wrap up?
Nope, just thank you all very much, and I'm going to go see what kind of troubles Onimus has gotten into while I've been over here, and we'll go. One last thing, Brooke.
Yes, sir?
You seem awful familiar.
Coughran, I don't doubt that you feel that way a lot.
For Red Dirt D&D, I'm Michael Cross. Before we start, I wanted to let you know Johnny Payne couldn't make it to this episode, but we are joined by Connor Chenault, who plays Connor the Kobold. So sit back and enjoy tales from the Caliban frontier. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Coughran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a highborn halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Ash King, your dungeon master, here today with special guest star
Connor Chenault as Connor with a K, the Kobold.
Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. In the windswept maze that is the Pillars, a fight has been going on to see if Miss Poppy Tealeaf will leave with Anarchy, or if the friends that you have come to know and love, if they will manage to subdue the quite bravado Tiefling. A chase has ensued into the maze of the Pillars. So far, Anarchy was getting a bit of a lead, but he decided to give it up in order to step back and deal with his pursuers. The sweet and adorable Kobold Connor, having made his presence known finally. Gideon, firing as many rounds as he could into the still air. And of course, Coughran, who has just smacked Anarchy in the face with the family warhammer, sending a thunderous smite booming throughout the caverns. You feel the earth itself seems to shake from such a smite. So, we just finished up with Coughran's turn. Connor, you're up.
How is Anarchy looking?
Bad.
Bad, okay.
Bad. Bleeding from numerous cuts and scrapes and bruises, still having some of that electrical discharge from the thunderous smite just slowly dissipating off him. Breathing a bit heavily. You're not quite sure what his next move is going to be, but you can imagine.
Okay. Coughran made it up there to do the Thunder Smite. Is Coughran right next to me, or is he kind of...
You guys are actually all right there.
Okay.
Maybe flanking, sort of?
Yeah,
I told you, I don't do flanking.
Yeah.
No, but I just meant like from perspective, like,
But
like
yeah.
step
So
to
like,
the side.
Anarchy had stepped up and had attacked you twice. Mm-hmm. Well, it had attempted to attack you 3 times, but whiffed on the 3rd.
Yeah.
So you're up there with him, and then Makrin kind of stepped up on Anarchy's other side and caught his chin with the warhammer.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will spend a sorcery point to do a careful spell. So that way it doesn't hit Makrin.
Okay.
And I will look at Anarchy and you're going down, buddy, and do Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I need to make?
I need a Constitution save.
Constitution. Oof. That is going to be an 8.
Oh, he fails.
Oh, no.
So that will be 12 points of thunder damage.
Oof.
And he is pushed 10 feet away.
Again, another mighty peal of thunder goes out. And with your careful spell, avoid hitting Makrin and just send Anarchy flying 10 feet back. And he's not dead, but barely.
Okay. And then before he can get up, I'm actually going to move back a few feet because he hurt me last time.
Okay. Are you taking your full 30 feet of movement or just...
Yeah.
Okay. You pull back with Gideon. I imagine you just little kobold scurry like behind Gideon's leg and like look out from behind him.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got it from here, right? You can do it, right?
That's awesome.
Okay. That will bring us to Poppy. What would you like to do?
Hold on, I'm writing down an epic speech. Okay, here's what I would like to do. I would like to... The Anarchy said, stay here. Then he went and he hurt my friends. Sir! And I would like to get his attention. Does his ear perk?
Well, he just got blasted back. So he's kind of laying there in your sands, a little dazed, and just kind of looks over at you.
Wait, he got blasted back, so he's closer to me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's 10 feet closer.
Interessante. Not super helpful for right now, but it's
20 feet away between the two of them now?
Farther than that, about...
Because he was 50
40.
feet.
Yeah. Oh, okay, 40 feet away. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. So, sir, I said that I would go with you as long as you didn't hurt my friends, and you went back on your word and you hurt my friends. I will not abide by a man who goes back on his word, and I would like to...
Well, if you want to get real technical, they were still hurting me first, so really I was just acting in self-defense.
Before he can finish his statement, I am going to wild shape into a panther.
Ooh!
Who I imagine looks like it says panther, but I think it is...
It would be more appropriate if it was
like
a mountain lion.
Or like a mountain lion, a cougar, or something like that.
Yeah.
Sandy color, a little pink snooter. And I'm going to close the gap because they have 50 feet of movement. I can't attack him because I use my action to wild shape.
Not a moon druid.
I'm not a moon druid. This is why I didn't do it last time. But I am going to intimidatingly bare my teeth and growl at him.
Okay, yeah, you definitely see the, excrement look on his face.
And then I will look up at Gideon and give him a kitty cat wink.
Okay, Gideon.
That changes everything I was going to do.
That's what I'm here for. See, we just talked about me being neutral. Maybe I'm a little more chaotic than I originally thought.
I'm going to close the gap toward Anarchy, and I'm going to hold up my gun, and I am going to say, first off to him, surrender, and then look over at Poppy, and I say, Poppy, I know you think going with them is the right thing to do, but you don't have to. We love you, and we will find a way to make this work. And that's all of my turn.
Okay.
I just look at you with a, yeah, I know, so I'm here.
All right, so Anarchy is kind of... So Anarchy, having gotten blasted back, looks at Cougar Poppy behind him, looks at Gideon in front of him, threatening him with the gun, quirks a smile.
No.
Oh. Surrender. That's not a word in my vocabulary. Retreat, on the other hand. He's going to disengage, and with his action, he is going to dash into the tunnels.
That's okay. We got it. We don't worry about it.
She's a panther.
Makrin's just so proud.
I told him I could be fast.
He's a panther now. So yeah, he is going to dash off into the tunnels, and with it starting to get a little more craggly, a little more confusing, there's places for him to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get a good whiff of him as he ran by?
Give me 1 second, let me figure this out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had thinks pop into my thinker.
Okay, yeah, he is going to make an attempt to hide. And it's just going to be a straight roll because of all of the factors against him.
Bless his heart. He's trying.
Okay, and Poppy, what is your passive perception as a panther?
14.
14?
But
Knocker?
His passive perception is only a 11.
Okay.
Mine's
Mr.
13.
Wisdom.
Mine's 11.
Oh, okay.
We're doing real good.
Okay, so
Make that a
you
10.
catch...
Minus one for the wisdom, so 10. Sorry.
I wish see, Halfling Poppy's passive is 16, but she's slow. This is...
Well, you still get your mental stats.
Oh, so Poppy's passive perception is 16.
16, okay. So you still can see him as he's trying to, again, blend into the shadows and get away.
I can also keen smell him.
Yes. Isn't that advantage or something like
It's
that?
advantage.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So,
If I know what he
that's
smells
why he
like.
just had a straight roll.
Yeah. That's why we don't have to hurry necessarily.
Sneaky.
Well, that is it for Anarchy. Moving on to his veterans, who, again, the one that you attempted to tie up with that DC 4, honestly, it's not even worth a roll.
I had more to think about. Poppy was leaving me, and that was really hurting my heart. And
These two guys, basically what I'm going to say for them is that they kind of duck off into into another one of the tunnels. Because again, there's multiple branching maze tunnels out of here.
Right.
So they're just going to kind of duck out because they can kind of see what's going on up ahead and hear what's going on. And so they're just going to try and cut their losses and get out. So that will be it for their turn. Makrin, what would you like to do?
Wait, they ran away?
They ran away.
Yeah.
They just disappeared? Poof?
Well, they ran down some different tunnels, and so.
That was my epic speech!
Darn the DM. Makrin.
Well, I mean, you're also technically a panther right now, so...
I had a plan! I was gonna pounce on him, knock him down, then turn back into a halfling, give this very awesome speech, and let him go.
Still chance. We can still
Yeah, we
capture
can still do
people.
that.
I mean, you can still... I mean,
still
so
capture people.
the veterans have left the encounter. Anarchy, on the other hand,
Anarchy's too dangerous to
You
live.
can still
You
chase
can
him.
still see Anarchy.
Yeah,
You can see him pressed up against that wall.
But my
doing his own
speech
thing.
won't be as poignant if I have to kill them afterwards.
Okay, Makrin, what would you like to do?
So I'm amazed at seeing Poppy's transformation yet again into another animal, and he takes a moment to kind of regain his senses, and then he reaches out and very gently touches Panther Poppy on the haunch, and she feels this coolness of the stability of the earth come over you, and now you have true strike.
Thanks. Like her shoulder? Or her
Wherever I've pictured her he has to move
just
up.
making sure you weren't touching her butt.
We'll say the shoulder. If you
She's
can get
been
up close
manhandled
enough.
a lot today.
If you get close enough to touch the shoulder, that will make the shoulder.
Little scritch.
That hunch of her shoulder right there, that muscular.
You know how cats wag their tail, but they don't wag their tail like dogs wag their tail? They wag it kind of slow.
Yes, that S thing.
Yep.
There you go. And
That's what I
I mean, it depends on how annoyed the cat is. Sometimes they just...
This is a pleased kitty.
right.
So they have that very slow kind of...
And I say,
That's right, Poppy. Your paw just using you the way Aldonza was using them Yodis. I don't want to be a Yodi, no offense. Go get them.
And so I have advantage?
advantage. So you
Sweet.
have advantage on one attack
Bomb diggity.
for 1 round.
Bomb diggity.
So you have to do it in 1 round.
I guess I have to find him
It only
right
lasts
now.
for 6 seconds, but it's there.
Well, yeah, no, you've still got sight of him where he's basically trying to run down the tunnels and lose you.
Sweet. Oh, is it my turn?
No, it's
Okay.
actually Connor's turn.
I'm going to step forward from where I had been kind of hanging back to not get hit by Anarchy again, and I'm gonna... So you're telling me you could have been a panther cougar this entire time? And you just decided not to? Why?
Like, I do a dismissive, we'll talk later with my paw. And then I accusatory with my paw. Who the heck are you anyway?
Oh, we're getting there.
Seeing
Alright,
as
but would you like to do anything useful on your
why would I be useful when I could just be like, why didn't you be useful? I've been useful this entire time.
This is perfect. So the answer is no. You just. Ash is looking so. She's looking so expectant. They are looking so expectantly at her.
Okay, so is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, hanging out. Okie dokie. So we will roll right into Poppy.
I know I can see him. How far away is him?
Him's is... So he is 220 feet into the tunnels. You are, we're going to say approximately 170 feet into the tunnels. So 50 feet.
50 feet?
50 feet.
50 feet?
50 feet.
I bounce him.
Oh my gosh, you can bounce 50 feet?
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
I run, but
The panther has to move at least,
Yes.
The panther has to move at least 30 feet, and then the panther can jump.
that last one.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I get on my David Attenborough voice. Where,
See what we got right here is.
no, that's Steve Irwin.
Exactly. Like Ash said, I can move 50 feet, but as I have to move at least 20 to be able to pounce. So I'm going to pounce him, and hopefully I'll hit him, but I have advantage. Because I have true strike. This is great.
You have to jump on him and hit him, I believe, with a claw attack.
That's double 17s plus 4, so 21.
Oh, yeah.
So he has to make a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
8.
Okay, he is knocked prone and has a panther on him.
Okay. So, do you want to give me the damage for your... Is it a claw attack first?
See, I was looking. It is a claw attack with the pounce.
And then, since you knocked him prone, you can... I believe you can take a bonus... Bite, if you would like.
So, for his claw attack for the pounce, it is 5.
Okay. How would you like to end Anarchy's existence?
Or could we choose to capture him?
I will not.
You can either end his existence, or you can choose to do non-lethal damage.
I will not. Because I also have my bonus action bite as well that I didn't use because he's dead now. I would like to remove his head from the burden of his body. I have plans.
Oh my gosh.
You might have plans, but let's see how the
rest of it goes, for sure. But I need his head removed from the burden of his body.
Or remove his body from his head, whichever one works.
But either way, I just look like him very dead. That would be nice.
Well, he is very dead.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright. So yes, with the force of this panther leaping onto his already quite injured...
I roared.
Well, this mountain lion. With the force of this mountain lion leaping onto Anarchy's back, and the injuries that have already been done to this poor tiefling, you pounce onto him and slash, and the blood just very slowly seeps from the wounds as he goes still and silent.
Oh, I guess she was being useful.
Has she turned around yet?
I mean, I'm just standing on him, I guess.
But do we see
Yeah, and I love how it's so far. It's so far away from us. It's like that scene in a more of a PG movie where the massive violence happens away from the screen.
It's the Lion King when Scar gets thrown off the top of the mountain and then the hyenas are closing in, but you don't exactly see what happens.
the screen pulls away. Yes, exactly.
You just see the shadows of them biting onto his neck.
Yeah. So that is my turn. I would give you thumbs up if I had thumbs.
All right. Well, with the veterans headed for the hills, taking their losses and running, technically we're out of initiative unless Gideon...
Yeah, I'd like to turn over to Connor and say, so what's your story, little guy? We didn't run into you at the temple. Where have you been?
Around?
Followed us home from the temple. That's our working theory.
No, you didn't run into me at the temple, no.
Well, what brings you here?
Zonimus told me a couple of them.
Zonimus?
Yeah.
So how long have you been with us?
Off and on, a couple of here and there.
Steam?
A while.
and whistles. You mean all them times I thought Zonimus was just talking to himself? That was you.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. You thought he was talking to himself.
And in the back porch, and the plate that was back there at the McKee's house in that cabinet.
Some good food there.
Are you saying you've been with us since episode 1?
Try episode 3, but close enough.
Oh, fourth wall break.
Oh, goodness.
Well, Connor, I'm glad to have you here. You've really shown your worth here.
Yeah, it really looked like you needed me.
Yeah, well, we did, and I'm just really glad you're here. As soon as we get Poppy back, we can kind of get an idea of what we want to do. Have you got any ideas? All right.
I am chewing and nuzzling at his limp arm with the bracer on it because just trying to like
Trying to pull it off.
hoping that maybe somebody will get the hint.
Get in whenever, or Connor with K.
Thank you.
Anybody know how animal you become when you become an animal? She's chewing on that arm over there pretty good.
Has she never been an animal before?
Yeah, she's been an animal before, and she'll finish off whatever it is she's doing, and we'll see her in a moment. What we've got to do, though, is we've got to find some way for her father to stop doing whatever it is he's doing and chasing us down here.
Oh, Zonos! We left it back in the other room.
Don't worry. Jubilee's going to take care of Zonimus.
Oh, okay.
In the meantime, maybe we find one of these henchmen and see if we can... I guess the first thing we got to do is... And I start looking around. And I say, first thing we got to do is find a way out of wherever we got to already.
Yeah, I was just running after him. Gideon, you want to go over and get Poppy's attention?
Yeah, I'll walk over to Poppy and see what she's up to.
I push the arm towards you with my leg.
Poppy's giving me a hand.
And nice. I tap the bracer on his arm.
I'll say the one that you saw him like pull daggers off of.
I undo the bracer.
Once he undoes the bracer, I book back the direction we came.
Okay.
To Zonimus.
Give me a survival check.
Nice.
Okay. 13.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough to follow the tracks in the sand. You know, you guys have left a pretty good trail back to that central area of the maze where you do see Jubilee they've cleaned themselves up a little bit and also are just they've like pulled Zonimus kind of out from where he had fallen, but just kind of have him off to the side. Like they've like pulled off their own like coat and have like folded up as a pillow under his head. But Jubilee, just looks up at you. Well, they see the mountain lion first.
All the blood all over his face.
The blood dripping from your maw, and immediately like get up as best they can, pulling out a pretty good sized Bowie knife and just ready to defend Zonimus from you.
I want to yell out because I want to follow, and I want to yell out, Poppy, don't change back yet.
I wasn't planning on it.
I didn't think so, but since you can't talk,
she doesn't want to deal with human emotions right now, so she's going to stay an angel.
I want to run with Poppy, and I want to go grab the rope.
The rope of entanglement?
No. The rope that was tying...
The bad rope.
The badly tied
rope.
The rope that is
the one
getting
that's in
fired
coils
after
with a little
episode.
bow knot down at the ground.
And look at the rope and say, I thought I tied him really, really good. I don't know how he got out of that. They used to be such strong hands. I am going to go over to Poppy and I'm going to because this guy's smell is on the rope.
Okay.
Oh. And I'm going to say, Poppy, let's track down at least one of these goons.
I could try. If we remember the last time we tried this, I didn't do very well.
He just looks very confused. Is that?
That's Poppy.
Oh, that's Poppy.
And this is Connor with the K.
Oh. Well, hello.
What does he look like, by the way? Like, is he wearing clothes and stuff?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, of course he's wearing
yeah,
clothes. He's just like a naked little
bandolier and like
yeah.
tattered leather.
It's like little tattered leggings or like a robe or...
tiny boots.
No, he needs his back claws free.
Yeah.
And brassy scales.
Tiny little shin guards that look like boots.
Yeah, that's what it is. So you guys are... What are you doing now? What's going on?
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should hunt down one of these goons because they know.
What?
I jump. And then I jump again.
Is it 2 for yes? What's
I'm
happening?
hopping.
I think she's got to go to the bathroom.
I start sniffing around for the jackalope.
Oh, yeah.
You actually see the jackalope like loafed on Zonimus's chest.
Oh.
And I'm not going to approach it because I don't want to scare it, but I am going to like...
And I'm going to go over to the jackalope. And I have no idea what it is you want me to do with it.
He knows the maze!
Oh, no, well, he knows how to get to Jubilee, but I don't know if he knows the maze.
You don't know that! He could live in this maze.
Why are we going after them? We got your friend back.
We did, but we might still have trouble with her father. Her father is the owner of Tealeaf Tea, and which is...
Look on Connor with the K's face, this little couple face.
Do I know what that is?
Give me a history check, Connor.
All right.
You definitely have proficiency in history, right?
That's a solid 11.
Solid 11. You've heard of this tea. But that's about it.
Okay. What's so weird about a tea company?
Well, it's a very powerful company. It's not just, I mean, imagine any company. He is...
I don't know how companies work.
Roll a culture check for company.
Solid 12.
What is this company?
All right. Think of him as a powerful warlord.
Oh.
Who basically controls a lot of property and rules over his own little empire.
Okay. So
And she is like a princess of this empire.
You're a princess? Wow.
And he wants her back. And he has sent these goons to get her back, to abduct her.
So you want to send a message to him, right?
Does the rope smell like the goon,
You got
or does the rope
perfectly
smell
good
like
head
Gideon?
back there.
We do have a
Give me
perfectly
a
good
survival check.
11.
11. Yeah, unfortunately, all you can really smell is Gideon.
I sniff around like I'm going to sniff out the goon and then just come up behind Kitty and sniff him in the butt.
All right.
All I'm saying is leave these goons to whatever fate befalls them, and you got part of Anarchy, ship them in a box back to Dad.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, so you killed Anarchy.
Oh,
no.
Was that supposed to be a secret? Sorry.
Well, technically, he... Yeah, I'm afraid your brother is dead, Jubilee.
Well, I didn't know how it would happen, but I knew one day that his actions would catch up with him.
Jubilee, if you don't mind my asking, how Anarchy, do you have any idea how he got connected with Poppy's dad?
Oh, we both were.
What?
Howdy friends, Michael Cross here, taking just a few moments away from Red Dirt D&D, asking you to become a patron of this podcast. Your support means we can add a lot of extra niceties to the show in the form of artwork and music, as well as supporting our cast and crew. Patrons get early access to content as well as bonus material, along with access to our Discord server. You can even get an invite to monthly Q&A sessions and DM classes, maybe even a 2-hour game session with our very own Dungeon Master, Ash King. We have 6 different monthly levels to choose, ranging from $5 to $100. Head over to patreon.com/reddirtdnd right now to show your support for this new podcast. Now, back to Tales from the Caliban Frontier.
Jubilee has just dropped a bit of a bombshell by admitting that apparently Both they and their brother Anarchy were involved with the Tealeaf Company. Jubilee has to take a few moments to gather their words. You must understand, Mr. Block.
Call me Gideon, please.
Gideon. Well, we were both young, and we were both on our own. And at the time, I was trying to get into the Bard's College in Kingston. Well, unfortunately, Kingston doesn't always take in those who look a little different. So you can imagine, as a young tiefling trying to make your way in this world, it's hard. So, my brother and I, we started working for one of the tea houses out in Serenity Point. I charmed the individuals who came in, served fine drinks, made charming conversation. Sooner or later, my abilities as a front and my brother's abilities as muscle came to the forefront, and we were offered opportunities. There was more money to be made in the smuggling part of the tea leaf business. You see, Poppy, I don't know if you know this about your father and about your father's company. The tea is just the tip of the iceberg. The Tealeaf Company smuggles various types of substances all around Ratoya. It's very easy to hide poisonous herbs amongst a shipment of tea, among other things. Of course, eventually, it didn't quite sit right with me. And as my loyalty came into question, I was put in a crate, shipped out to the last stop, and then they took me out into the desert. They left me with a flask of whiskey and a revolver with a single shot. You can imagine what they wanted me to do. Keep their hands nice and clean. Anarchy, I suppose, continued on. He had less of a moral compass than I did, more easily lured by the wealth and power. I flew under the radar for a long, long time.
Reza had said 10 years that you've been at the last stop, so you've been out of the business for 10 years.
I have.
But did you know who Poppy was when she showed up? The first time we showed up at your establishment, the afternoon we arrived. Did you know who Poppy was?
I didn't then, because of course she wasn't using her full name, and I was never high enough to actually meet the family. But talking with Hannah after y'all left, she mentioned that it was the infamous Poppy Tealeaf who had strolled through our little town. I didn't think much of it at the time, and then the day after y'all left to go to the McKee farm, guess who came through my door? I wasn't about to give any of y'all up, which is why I brought him here. Maybe hoping for a little bit of closure, a little bit of catharsis. Well, I guess I got it.
I'm really sorry for your loss, in all ways. But you've proven yourself to be a kind and generous person, not only to us, but apparently to the people of the last stop.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I would. We can all make up for past mistakes, and it sounds like that's what you've done. And you've been accepted by the people of the last stop, and you've been accepted by us. First time we met you, we knew you were someone special. That's why we came all the way out here. If you hadn't made an impression on us, we wouldn't have come out to search for you. We cared about you. Now we're just looking for your help on any ideas that can maybe get us out of this mess with Poppy and her father. Or maybe there's something to think about when Poppy turns into a halfling again. Maybe there's something we got to do about Poppy's dad.
We're level 4.
We're level 5.
We're level 5.
My advice to you, Gideon.
Potatoes.
Honestly, it's better to disappear.
Poppy's been real worried that it's just going to be a wave after a wave after a wave of people coming to look for her. What do you think about that? What do you know of the man?
About Alstor Tealeaf, I don't know much. Like I said, I didn't have much interaction with the man. His mind is driven by two things: profit and power. If you're not earning him profit, you better be giving him power. So, Poppy is his heir, in a sense. The only blood that he's got. And if he's not using her as some sort of leverage, well, you basically, I hate to say this, but you're going to have to run his numbers up, girl. Cost him too much, he'll stop looking.
So, desert version of the Boston Tea Party. We throw it all into a canyon.
Currently, the Tealeaf Empire doesn't stretch too far into the Caliban, and I don't rightly know if he's looking to change that. He's much more focused beyond the cracked crown, where there's more opportunity for him to, make his way. I have a feeling that one of these days, he's going to try and break into Venturus. The dwarves have a stranglehold on that. But, who knows? In the 10 years I've been gone, he may have made some business deals that I don't know about.
Probably.
With some of the clans. They're not as squeaky clean as they would like to pretend. Dwarves, they'll chase progress wherever it takes them. And that's the party line that they give. But most dwarves are about the same as Alstor Tealeaf. They chase power and profit, always.
What is the feeling about Alstor Tealeaf out here in the Caliban? Not just from you. You know of his business personally. I'm talking about just your average person at the last stop. Someone like the mayor or Hannah.
Most of them just know him from his up-and-up business. They know about the tea, and there currently are no smugglers working out of the Caliban that I'm aware of. At least not in the last stop. Anarchy was the first time I'd actually even seen anyone from that side of the tea leaf business. There's not much out here that Alstor would be interested in other than, well, you know. And of course the only reason that Anarchy even decided to beat the living daylights out of me was I survived. And also I covered for you.
So it weren't just that you knew Poppy. He was kind of taking some family revenge at the same time.
Well, if I'd told him where you were, Anarchy would have been more than happy to leave me alone.
Can Coughran do a check? Has he ever heard of any smuggling, any untoward dwarven business?
The outcast of the Dwarven clan?
Right, but because he is outcast,
Give
right?
me
Like
a
you hear
wisdom
things.
check at disadvantage.
The first roll was a natural 20. Cheese and crackers. And the second roll is a 4.
Darn.
Thought I heard a rumor one time, but
Yeah, so the thing is, Coughran,
dang it, that's gotta be too crazy to be true.
Yeah. So even though you are outcast in dwarven society, that's also the thing, is that if this is something that is as pervasive as Jubilee says, then the chances are better that they would have hidden it from you, because it would have been the most loyal of the loyal would be involved in the types of things that Jubilee is talking about.
Perfect sense.
So honestly, you're kind of to the point where you even think Jubilee is just talking out their rear end.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to lay next to Zonimus and put my little head on him. Make sure he's breathing.
He's breathing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna cast lay on you. But I don't want, I'm too big, so just my head.
There's a jackalope there.
No, the jackalope is loafed up somewhere else.
No, the jackalope is left on Zani's chest.
Yeah.
So you could still lay there.
Jackalope,
The jackalope scoots off to the side a little bit.
We're cute. We're like those on those unexpected animal friends video where it's like the cheetah and the puppy are friends. And I just look like a very sad cougar.
Okay. Well, first off, we need to get Zonimus back to the last stop.
How come he ain't awake yet?
I go over and kind of kick his Zonimus, wake up! Wake up!
Hey.
Oh, well, that's not working, guys.
That usually works.
That usually works.
Jubilee looks back at you and shakes her head and says, I poured the last of my magical energies into him.
And he didn't wake up?
He hasn't woken up yet. There may be something else keeping him still.
Okay, well, first off, what do you think about getting the last stop, taking... I know this sounds gruesome, and I apologize for it, but taking Anarchy's head and maybe shipping it back to Alstor and explaining that if you want to keep sending henchmen, that's going to keep costing you money.
That was my idea.
And we could send it back to you every time.
I'm real proud of it.
You see little Connor with the case chest kind of puffs up like...
That was my idea.
If it's all the same to you...
Oh, yeah, that was your brother. I'm so sorry.
Oh, right. Sorry.
If it's all the same to you, Gideon, let me bury my brother. He's just as much a victim of his circumstances as any.
You're right. We could actually send something back that is not your brother. Something that belonged to him. Something, a ring or even those bracers.
No, you keep that.
I look at Zonomus with my eyeballs.
Yeah. And
Nudge your head.
I actually slipped the bracers into his jacket. I said, we still need to get him back to the last stop. If he's down, there's something wrong with him.
I stand up and I'm gonna start putting my head down.
Like a big panther ear on one side of his chest? Or
no,
something?
just put him on.
Oh, man.
Put him on your back.
Sling him over.
Okay, I'm going to throw...
I'm not that strong, but...
I could carry him. Let's take him back to the last stop. See if we
Fireman's carry or cradle carry?
Come on, give us some bro artwork there. Come on.
I'm just holding him in my arm.
Yeah.
Precious.
And
Connor with the case got one boot. He's carrying one leg.
I'll help. Or shove the boot up further.
say, Jubilee, maybe just one of your whiskeys might be all this young man needs.
Waft a little bit of whiskey under his nose, see if he wakes up.
How's the jackalope with that? Does it hop away? Does it even let?
The jackalope, as soon as it hears whiskey, the ears go up.
But it lets us it hops off of Zonomus when we get there.
As soon as you guys go in to scoop Zonomus up, the jackalope hops off and.
So let's all head on back. I think that's the best idea.
I look at the jackalope expectantly.
It tilts its head and starts hopping along.
I follow him.
So the jackalope begins to hop along, leading you all out of the maze that is the pillars. You all are exhausted, a bit bloodied, technically down a member.
But up a member.
As the sun of the Kalban frontier sets, setting the sky ablaze with fire, you find yourselves with a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. But we'll have to see what happens next time on Tales from the Kalban Frontier.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Macron Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonomus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, Connor Chenauld as Connor the Kobold, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of TabletopAudio.com and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at RedDirtDND.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.